Life is weird, life is strange, and sometimes we're different people in different stages. But you know what? As we get older, we should technically be growing, and we start to understand the faults and the mistakes that we make in this life. But stop the show. Have you ever saw that one individual that was in your life, and for whatever reason, he or she never grows, and they consistently run into the same problems time and time and time and time and time, and you get the hit time and time and time again? It's the same person always begging you for $10 or a ride or gas money, or can you come pick them up? Weed money. Smoke weed. You guys already know about that, right? Gotta get high. That person never grows, nor they develop, and they always blame others for their mistake. Rewind, Nemo! And see, here is where we're going to talk about Monique. She had an awesome interview on Club Shay Shay. Somebody sent me its 3.7 million views in the first 23 hours, and by the time this video drops, it's going to be more. And Monique has not always been the person that was the most mature. In fact, many times she has not been mature. She has picked battles for herself that maybe didn't make much sense. But it seems like Monique really understands who's in her corner and who is not. And who does she have to thank for that? Her husband. Now, stop the show. It's not very common that you see Black women giving a lot of respect to their husband, because so many sisters today want to be known as they are the one, and nobody can correct them. You might have heard this phrase, "Who gonna check me, boo?" Right. And guess what? Nobody want to check your ass, because people are like, bye-bye. They're out. But Monique always does that and gives reverence to a husband who has been there with her through thick and thin. I've seen let's do this meter, Dima, a maturity increase on Monique. Give her a round of applause. But on the other side, there is TIffany Haddish, who seems to be, well, very controversial in her own right. She's been married and divorced, and then when she wrote her book about her husband, she had some terrible things to say about him, like this.
In her memoir, which we've linked for you in the description box, TIffany paints her ex-husband, William Stewart, as an abuser, stalker, and the possible reason for the passing of their unborn child. After the book was released, her ex-husband filed a lawsuit and claimed TIffany's book was full of lies. He also stated they lost their child because TIffany terminated the pregnancy. In an interview with V103, William said TIffany warned him before the book came out and told him he would be furious with what it included. He was seeking $1 million for libel, slander, and defamation. According to court documents obtained by the Jasmine brand website, her ex-husband named Beyonce as a potential witness. William said there were several people, including celebrities, who could verify that TIffany has a history of being a little liar pants on fire. In other words, he was calling out TIffany for lying about the Beyonce bite incident. Child, how embarrassing. TIffany later admitted on Snapchat that some of the stories in the book were exaggerated during the editing process. So by this point, people were starting to believe that TIffany might be a pathological liar.
Yeah, then she kind of admitted, like, you know what? That was made up. I was out here kind of lying. Then there was the whole thing with the Aries Spears things and the skits with the kids. We won't even go into that. But then TIffany Haddish also had comment. Stop the show. Do you know what had means? It's like past tense. It means like it was in the past. It's no longer going on now, because he's with Jennifer Hudson. Give him a round of applause. Yeah, he got tired of her ass too. So anyways, let's get back to the story so we can keep on building it up. So now TIffany Haddish's life has been like, I don't know, like give me like a decline sound effect, Dima. It's been going down. Not like Mary J. Blige, I'm going down. No, like down. DUI after DUI. That's 2 in 2 years in 2 different states, Atlanta and California. Give yourself a round of applause. Talk about fucking up a great opportunity for your life because you're stubborn and you won't listen to anybody. And many guys out there have been with ladies who we know are immature. Unfortunately, it's really a man thing, but really, these things happen all the time. Immature ladies, they don't want to listen, they think they know everything, and then you see their life is on the decline. So let's kind of get back to Monique. Now, there was a point that Monique was blackballed in Hollywood. She said some very interesting things about some interesting people. Steve Harvey, Oprah, Lee Daniels. In fact, I think I got a clip of her talking about being blackballed.
You know, the phone was ringing and the scripts were coming. And when people say, Monique, where have you been? It's not that I haven't been on TV or been in the movies because I've been blackballed, as Mr. Daniels has said. The offers just didn't make sense, Dawn. So again, the phones didn't stop ringing and the scripts didn't stop coming, but the offers that were associated with them were offers that made me say, guys, I can't accept that. Because if I accept that and I won the award, what are my sisters being offered that didn't win the award or wasn't nominated? And what does it say to the little girl who's not here yet? That if we continue to accept these low offers, however do we make it different and make a change?
Oh yeah, even Netflix getting lowballed, partly because it happens to black women a lot in the industry, and maybe because she's a little bit straightforward and people just don't like her. So people don't like you, they'll fuck you over. It's just kind of how it works. But anyways, I don't want to digress. So her talent and her ability, despite winning all kinds of awards, results in her being severely underpaid for things she should be getting paid for at her talent level. But still, Monique really kept it cool, didn't go after people in the industry who didn't bother her. She only went after those who she felt blackballed her. Like D.L. Hughley, but that's another video. But on Club Shay Shay, give a round of applause on Club Shay Shay. Yeah, she had some things to say about TIffany Haddish because TIffany Haddish has some things to say about her. And oh my God, you might want to sit down and hear this. Play that clip.
And the conversation turned to Monique. And she said, well, I don't do business like Monique do business, and I'm glad I don't have that husband of hers.
But she don't know your husband.
And when I saw that, it's like, Tiffany, if you had a husband like mine, you may not have 2 DUIs. If you had a husband like mine, you may not be caught up in what looks like you could have been grooming a child. And I say all of that with no judgment. But when you speak about having a husband like mine, you open up the door. And I'm saying to you, if you had one like mine, you may not sit in these positions that you can't explain the next day.
Right.
Or it's a hard way to go. So once again...
Well, she doesn't even have a husband, let alone like yours.
Well, damn it now. You said it.
Oh, my God.
Oh yeah. Oh, did you hear that roasting? Oh my God. If you had a husband, you wouldn't have had those 2 DUIs. Gunshot! Shots fired. You know, we might look at that as a diss. Or should we look at it as the truth? And let me just say, in the dating market, there's a lot of immaturity on both sides. I'm petty as hell. I can definitely be immature. And I'm damn near like 90 years old now. But what I can also notice is that we have successful ladies or women who want to be successful that also exude that same immaturity, and they don't want to listen to anybody. The reality is in life, we all need help. We all need mentorship. Problem is that TIffany Haddish had a good man in common. Talk about a man who's a stand-up guy and respects the black community and respect women. I think there's like 2 people I can think about. There's Black Jesus. It kind of looks like me, and that's not really me. It is me, Photoshop. But then there's Common, right? There's this guy. Common is a class act, and I believe that he probably was very good for her life, but you know, he just couldn't put up with the BS that TIffany Haddish came with, and she didn't care until it was too late, and then she kind of spiraled out of control. I see that happening a lot with women these days. You look at the sexy reds, you look at a lot of the trouble that ladies are getting themselves into, staying out late amongst strange company, and you don't know what people are trying to do to you. I see a generation of young ladies and women in general who feel like they don't need to listen, or that they can't listen, and that life doesn't have rules. Unfortunately for both men and women, life has a lot of rules, and those who listen the most will get the furthest. Keep yourself out of trouble. And TIffany Haddish's life has been on an extreme decline ever since Common is no longer in that life. Well, why? There's no male leadership. And again, there's good male leadership and there's female leadership in some aspects. But today we're talking about good male leadership. And Monique is saying, this is why I have, and this is why my life is stable and yours is unstable. And it doesn't matter how much money she makes. I'm talking about TIffany Haddish here. It doesn't matter what she's doing. When you have an unstable life, nobody can take you seriously. And I'm seeing that so often in Black America. I'm seeing it even in Africa. I'm seeing a lot of ladies just kind of doing whatever the hell they feel like doing because they see the girls in the States doing it, not knowing that one or two mistakes can ruin the rest of your life. And we've seen TIffany Haddish have to come to terms with her own mistakes and ideologies. And what Monique said, well, listen, you're talking about me. Well, look at you. Can you get a ooh sound effect? But guys, what do you think? It's your boy O'Shea Duke Jackson back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I really appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe, hit the bell. We're out.